Mandos, this is the way. Hello and welcome to the show. You're watching Mandos Banter Boxes. I'm your host, Mandalorian, the X-Wing Jesus. And with me today we have, over there, is Ham Solo, a smuggler of quality meat products.
Even all.
All right, you smuggling anything today?
Well, I mean, if I'm admitting to smuggling, then, maybe a pretty terrible smuggler. But so I'm definitely not smuggling this delicious chocolate bar that it's vaguely space themed because it's Mars.
Mars, all right, okay, right.
Smuggling that.
With us down there is C3 Barlow, a human cyborg relation of a protocol droid. Hi, Alan.
Howdy how.
You all right? Are you partaking in anything this week?
No, it's still in the fridge.
Still in the fridge, right. Well, I think I've done one better than you, Mr. Ham Solo. I have with me today some KFB. That's Kessel fried Banter, that is. It's my prop of the day. There we go. Little Star Wars joke for you. Anyway, so today's episode is all about the Bad Batch. So Disney are launching on May the 4th day, Star Wars Day, a new series of spin-off from the Clone Wars, The Bad Batch. And so to prepare for it, I watched it all last night, The Bad Batch. Again, it's not too bad. I thought it was quite good the second time round. First time, I thought it was a little bit flat. I don't know what you guys thought. I thought it was a little bit average first time round, first viewing. What do you guys think?
They were definitely seemed like filler episodes because they didn't progress the actual story that we're all looking for. So, but yeah, I mean, I watched it last week again, and there's the characters that they're introducing are great. They're very different personalities. But yes, I mean, definitely need to watch it a couple of times to get the characters.
Yeah. It's very much the clone version of the A-Team, I thought.
Oh, that was going to be my.
What do you think, Ham? Any views on the Bad Batch? I hope you have, because you're on the programme.
I kind of think a lot of the characters remind me of not just the A-Team, although, I was thinking that as well. But remember that all-time classic 1980s film set in a jungle, aliens involved, Predator.
Right.
Looks a bit like a character out of Predator, which makes me wonder how long they're going to survive through this series of their own. Who knows?
Maybe they'll use just blank clones. Just let's go along with this. We'll need a set of blank clones with us, and they'll be the ones that get killed off. Because I thought that's what was missing from the Bad Batch episodes, is they seemed a bit safe.
Yeah,
and a bit like, there's not really any peril here. There's all these droids coming towards us. We're completely outnumbered. This is going really bad. Oh well, let's just shoot our guns at them. Oh, there we go. We're all right. And that was the main problem, I thought, with those episodes. It didn't seem to be very much jeopardy based on what we saw in series 5 when people were getting dispatched and things like that by Maul and everything. It seemed a little bit toned down.
At the same time, I suppose you could level the same accusation about pretty much any of the main cast in the Clone Wars in the cartoon.
I did sort of think we might get a Magnificent Seven out of that, episode. Do you know what I mean? Like they'd gradually get whittled down, and there would be the last, one or two of them escape, whereas the other ones have died off. Do you know what I mean?
Could be, but I mean,
we could be getting that, but who knows?
I mean, the cynic in me says that that they had 2 episodes in season 7, so they were setting them up for something special to happen, and lo and behold, something special happened. They get their own series. I think the tone of the series is going to change because if I remember seeing the trailer right, they find a kid and the kid hangs out with them, and they've got to get back. So, it's a bit.
I don't like watching trailers. It spoils everything.
Oh well, you're in for a treat then. Nothing to see here.
No, but the trailer definitely sets up that A-Team vibe. Their government is out to get them. They're running for their lives, kind of thing. It's and
Clone Decker is after them.
Yeah.
all they're missing is a snappy theme tune, and you're there. So I mean, I'm putting so much stock in whatever theme tune they nail to this show. Everything after that, we'll wait and see.
Wrecker's got to have his own van, a black GMC van.
Well, he lifted a whole lat above his head in the one of those 2 episodes, didn't he? By himself.
It was weird how he's got like super clone strength. Like, wow, he's just throwing everybody up the escape chute, weren't he? He was like, okay, this is.
Well, there was that comment about Hunter that he can actually sense electrical signals and
electromagnetic frequencies. I made notes as well.
So it's really interesting because obviously in the original Clone Wars we met some of the mutations. Was it Gregor? Was that his name? Or the little the janitor guy that saves? Was it Echo M5s and that?
Yeah, he was a commando, wasn't he? Was he a clone?
Yeah, he was at the clone base. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's weird. So like we'll go through the characters. So like you've already said about Hunter. He can feel electromagnetic frequencies. So he's basically the Hannibal of the group, the sergeant. They take orders from Hunter. He's got his Rambo headband on as well. So we're really going back to the 80s with especially that character. But what's quite good is I like his little skull tattoo on his on half of his face. It's not full face. It's only the half of his face. So I think that's pretty good. And he stalks his prey, and nobody gets away from the Hunter. He's pretty. Well, what's your favourite character then, Alan?
I Wrecker, but obviously Tech. He's a
one by one. I was just doing one by one. Just go through Wrecker. Why do you like Wrecker so much?
I think he's going to be that comic relief in the series. I think. I mean, there's that whole part when they are leaving the sector ships in the 2 episodes, and Anakin gives him the detonator to blow up the ship. So he's like, "Really? I get to blow them up?
This is the best day of my life."
Yeah, little tear down his face.
He's like, "Kaboom! Yeah, absolute psychopath."
What's not to like?
But
just like he's using half a droid to take out other droids. He's pretty much that American football player, charging into the enemy, knocking them all down.
Yeah. He's cool, but he's a bit too stereotypical. I think.
Yeah, he definitely is.
But there we go. But yeah, he's the big guy. He reminds me of a space marine. So the others are there. He's a space marine, and you're like, right, okay. So it's almost like so Games Workshop took the stormtrooper and they turned them into superhuman soldiers for Games Workshop and called them Space Marines. And now it's like we were saying in the last episode with the Battlestar Galactica sort of thing. Star Wars has taken the Space Marine back, and he's there in clone armor now. That's just really weird, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, even the on the Hammond's background, the paint on the armor is very Space Marine-y. You've got that big mouthpiece and
somewhere between.
Yeah.
It's intentional,
Also, Fallout. The power armor in Fallout. You play computer games, Fallout 3, Fallout 4, whatever, on the Xbox. That's kind of similar to that power armor as well, from the looks of it. But also, sneaky bit of Vader in there with the grill.
Yeah. That could be a one in there. But I mean, the size of his head as well. He's got completely bespoke armor, hasn't he? When you look in some of them scenes where they're standing right next to each other, he's so much bigger than all the other clones. It's cool. that photo behind me doesn't really do it justice, whereas that one behind Dave does.
It's actually a little thinking I've been thinking, which is terribly pragmatic. Let's maybe not worry about it because it's all about Star Wars. Let's not get too attached to the idea. If you've created some clones like this with some beneficial qualities, for example, he's built like an outhouse, why aren't they cloning more of him and less of the weedy one?
I think they're the ones that went wrong.
Yeah, they might have gone wrong, but
I'm sure that.
for example, on that guy.
I'm sure there was a comment in the trailer that said that they can't be controlled. They can't control them like the normal clones. So they don't want too many of them about.
Drop a couple of hundred of those behind enemy lines, and then run and go like that for a bit.
That goes against Palpatine's plan, doesn't it? He doesn't want any side to win.
If you can't control them, you know, are the inhibitor chips actually going to work for Order 66? So if they've gone wrong, you know, like we see in the Fives episodes where that all goes wonky and that nearly gets out, doesn't it, through Fives and all that, you know.
But somebody hasn't seen you seem to be picking up on a lot of the themes really easily. Not that I'm saying anything. No spoilers here.
Right, okay. So we've got Tech, which I think he's probably the best character out of all of them. He's a hacker. He's the pilot of their shuttle. He's also a translator. He's got a lot of really cool skills, and he still gets to shoot and kill bad guys.
Yeah,
I'm saying he's Murdoch in the 18.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely.
I think he must be a little bit worried about his space on the shuttle. He's probably going to be wondering that when they look to downsize, he's probably right in front and center because, yeah, all right, he can hack stuff, but Echo can literally plug in and become stuff. He can be.
Yeah, Echo is more like a human droid, isn't it?
Yeah, so they're probably calling him
droid now.
Yeah, but they're calling him their HR partner and going, right, so we need to do some downsizing, guys. I'm really sorry about this, but you've got someone who can hack and someone who actually can control computers. Who are we going to pick? I don't know. So that's going to be an interesting conversation. I really hope that comes up in the series when Palpatine's HR partner pops in for a word.
I think they've got to work hard at actually making a distinction between their two roles because they, like you, I thought they were very similar, going to be very similar characters. Although Tech is a bit nerdy, but you know the fact that Echo can actually plug in and do stuff is pretty damn cool ability.
You can see the picture from him in saluting. Like he's got to be careful how hard he salutes with that screwdriver sticking out his hand. His arm out with that.
You always need Tech then, don't you? But no, Tech doesn't. It's not just computers, is he? He, as we saw, he was translating for those aliens in that episode.
Yeah.
So he's still vital, even with. Yeah, he can unlock a door. That's the only thing.
I think he's got more brains of the outfit. Do you know what I mean? He's the one that adapts and goes, right, I will find a solution for this problem and work and do the workaround for it.
Don't those screwdrivers only open doors anyway? So
they plug it. They're sort of like an interface. But I mean, Tech does have the advantage. You can find his backside with both hands because he's got both hands. So you know,
is that a thing? Is it?
Well, yeah. You know, someone says you couldn't find your backside with both hands. He can. He can't.
Jolly good. So on to the fourth member of Experimental Clone Force 99, because that's what their official name is, isn't it?
Not reading that.
Not like the ice cream.
Well, we've got Crosshair, haven't we? So he's a sniper, but not in the normal sense. He runs around and shoots, shoots.
Yeah,
which is a really odd thing to be able to do.
Yeah, he had these like reflective little mirror plates, didn't he? That he was sticking to all the walls and able to ricochet one laser.
That was quite random, though, wasn't it? He's just running along going, just throwing them anywhere, and it's like magically that bullet hit all of them and spun.
Yeah.
But I suppose it is a cartoon, you know. Suspend your disbelief for the cartoon, but it's a cool little thing to put in there.
Yeah, it's a nice idea, but I think that was obviously try and play the Wrecker and Crosshairs trying to outdo each other, which I think we've seen before with other characters. And
yeah, Lord of the Rings with Gimli and
yeah, that's it. That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
that's I thought that straight away. I was like, oh no, they're ripping that off. That's out of order. You know, that's sorry, that's not in this franchise.
it's never ripping off. It's a homage.
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 There's a lot of homage coming out of this show. I'm telling you, right.
From
But he's definitely my favourite character because he kind of reminds me of. Do you guys remember 2000 AD ABC Warriors? You
yeah.
might a little bit of Joe Pineapples, that dispassionate, lacking in humanity, but really likes killing things.
Yeah.
Kind of cool character.
Sorry, not in this franchise.
Yeah, but I mean, again, nice homage. I quite like it. The whole sort of like he's so cool, even when everyone else is a bit worried about whether or not he's like human or not. That's pretty cool.
But it's the fact that they've all seemed to have bespoke armor and bespoke helmets as well. Like Crosshair has got that he's got the visor, and then he's got a hole there where he's in the visor, so he's got like a weird thing, so he can get the sight up to his helmet properly. That's pretty unique, because I wouldn't have thought you'd really need that, would you?
No, I mean, I'm sure from like Mandalorian that the visor becomes the you don't actually need to put it to your eye, because you get you get a screen in your visor which shows you where you're pointing. So you could shoot from down by your hips if you wanted to, because you've still got that perfect aim.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I thought, yeah, it was a bit weird, but it's sort of, how do we make him unique? I think they've all got different helmets, and with the helmets on, I think that's where we get the more characteristics. Because like what we're saying about Tech, it looks more like the Scout Troopers, an early version of a Scout Trooper helmet.
Yeah.
Something like that, doesn't it? It's like, and this is going back to where before Scout Troopers exist and Shore Troopers and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of cool to see all these variant stuff.
Well, you can see like you said, they've made each one of them unique. You've got Wrecker, who's got one eye and built like an outhouse. You've got Hunter, who's got the headband, who looks like he's come out of the 80s.
And knife. He's got the Rambo knife as well.
Yeah, funny that. Yeah.
Is that a vibro knife?
Yeah.
Well, he's got Mirage all over, isn't he? And you've got Tech, who's got the glasses, and you've got Crosshairs, who's got the hang on. No, it's all right. He's got a toothpick.
Yeah, he does. You have a toothpick for it.
Yeah. So they made him unique by giving him a small lump of wood. Well done.
And attitude, that the frown.
Yeah. And Echo's got a Phillips screwdriver nailed to his hand, so happy days.
Yeah, it's all right. You can access anything. He's good.
Yeah,
So
he can't.
it'd be interesting to see what Echo's armor is going to look like. What sort of paint job they're going to give him, because he can't, like in the picture behind me. Let's go that way. He sticks out a little bit, doesn't he, from the rest of them, because he's not in black and red yet. So although Tech looks a bit light on the colour as well, but yeah. So it'd be interesting to see what he actually looks like when we actually get into the new series. Have you guys seen what it looks like? Have they done a new paint job?
No, I can't. From the top of my head, I can't remember seeing him that much in the trailer.
No, too busy looking at the cool explosions, to be fair.
Yeah.
Boom! Yeah! Boom! Yeah!
Oh, that's good. We like explosions. Right, so how long is this first episode going to be? Is this like silly amount of time? Does anybody know? I heard something like it might be like a 90-minute episode or something like that. I've heard some people saying.
Ooh,
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh,
I haven't looked, actually, no.
Is it not on your notes?
Yeah.
That's one bit I haven't looked up. I haven't looked up any of that stuff. I just thought I'll watch that. That'll be on my notes. We're through all my notes now. Apart from the last member of the team, we've got Echo. We've already talked about him, but there is another unique member of the team, and that is the shuttle. Because I don't think we've seen that shuttle anywhere before. We've seen other Republic shuttles that have got like the round ball cockpit on the front, but that shuttle seems to be quite unique so far in the Star Wars universe. I can't remember seeing another shuttle that looks like that, and the wings fold up and altogether look a pretty tasty bit of kit. Is that experimental craft as well? Do you think?
Well, I think we see the Emperor with a similar shuttle, but I don't think the nose was long. It's like that. The fin wing, the one that goes straight up, that's short. I think that's the Emperor's had something like that before, but the cockpit, the extended cockpit's new. I haven't seen one with such a long cockpit before.
Ooh, saucy. Right,
Wait for the toy.
Yeah, so we think there's going to be loads more stuff coming out, don't we, after this has been aired. We've already seen that the Black series have already brought out a range of figures, although I haven't seen all of them. I think I've seen Hunter, Wrecker, and Tech. I've not seen a Crosshair one yet.
No, I haven't. I've pre-ordered the other three already. As soon as we had that conversation. Also found Bo-Katan on it as well, so pre-ordered her.
And Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So do we think Ahsoka's turning up in this series?
Hard to say.
What's the chances of that happening?
From the trailer, it made it look like it was post Order 66, which
yeah,
yes, that if she does show up, it's not going to be for long because she's.
From the Ahsoka books, she's just hiding away for the first few years into the Empire before she becomes Fulcrum. So I don't think we'll, apart from the series that we're going to get, I don't think we'll see her again now.
But I'm using the Force, Ian. I'm using the Force. I'm sensing the first episode is 70 minutes long. And I'm also sensing that there are 14 episodes in this first season.
That's a decent amount of episodes, you know.
Episode after this 70-minute bonanza is about 3 days later, and that's going to be like normal length, so I imagine probably about 20 minutes. And my Force business
is that so? It's every Friday again, is it?
Sounds reasonable. Yeah.
That seems to be the format for all their new shows, don't it? So we had
Fridays, yeah.
It was a Friday. We just finished. Sorry, not in this franchise. Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was really, really good. And so it looks to be their new show Friday. I think.
Yeah. My prediction is going to be very much a move from, like Mandalorian, move from planet to planet, save someone there, and then get a little bit more of their story, the main story arc appear. And then, but I don't see how they could do more than one series, really. It's going to be a bit spent, running away from the Empire for that long.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
I'm excited to find out. I'm looking forward to it.
Who knows? They might appear in another show at some point as live action actors. So we had Captain Rex in Return of the Jedi, didn't we? So you never.
Yeah, that's been confirmed. That was confirmed, wasn't it?
Yeah. So who knows? We might see some really old Bad Batch.
Okay.
But it would be cool if it went the way of the Magnificent Seven, though, wouldn't it? In the final episode, it'd be, oh, sorry, they're all gone, but they valiantly, Rogue One-esque, completed their mission.
Yeah, well, kind of like a Blackadder over the trenches.
Yeah. I don't know what's happening.
Running to the distance, lost it, and just stop it there. You never know.
Oh,
be awesome.
Using some force powers there to freeze you. I think of that one there. Weird. Right, so that was the Bad Batch. So we're going to talk briefly about what's going to be happening with the show going forward, what we're going to try and do, or what my idea to try and do is. So hopefully from next week, we're going to try and start a game show, a Star Wars style game show, messing around with this format of having people on the screen. So I can get quite a lot of people on the screen. And for a more detailed talk about what everything's going on, you can see that on my Patreon. It explains how it's going to happen. So the idea is that we'll live stream an event. So for 30 minutes, we'll do this game show. There'll be various rounds. there'll be 3 teams. That combines the people on screen. So there'll be the light side, there'll be the dark side, and there'll be scum and villainy stuck in the middle of those. And the 3 teams will battle it out over the course of an episode for the team to win. So there's going to be the jeopardy of being caught in a trap, and there's no turning back. And they can't go on this way. You get it. Anyway, so there'll be people being eliminated from the quiz or from the game show. That's the one. It's a trap, and that's what I'm going to call it. It's a trap, and there'll be a chance to get out of the trap. Otherwise, you're going out the airlock and floating around in space. So it's like I was saying, it's not just about the people on the screen in the show. If you're not on the show, you can go on the Patreon and get involved in the servers that back up the 3 teams. So you can join the Patreon. Then you get to pick which side you want to help out, whether it's light side, dark side, or scum and villainy, and you can help out. So that, like, for instance, there'll be a top trumps round. So each team will get 4 cards, which those 4 cards will be on the Discord server. And each team then gets to choose one of their cards. So like you go, it's your team's turn to choose what card you want to play. So you play the card like you normally, you go, Jedi ability 27. And then you go, right, Scum, your card then. Oh, yeah, we're going to use this one of our 4 cards. And you'll go, yeah, you'll either be chucking it under the bus or going to beat them. So, and then your team will score points on winning the round. And then, dark side will do the same. So each team gets to choose one of their cards and then play that. They can't use the card they've already used. And then, so you get down to the last bit, you've still got 2 cards to choose from to try and win a round and get some points. So that's just one of the rounds that we'll be doing every week. But it's not going to stay the same format every week. So what I'm aiming to do is work out missions for each team as well, and they'll go on the Patreon as well for all the Patreon members to get involved and try and help their team out. So the guys on the screen, it's up to them to come up with the best ideas from what their Patreons have been giving them advice for, and then they can give the best answers on the screen. So it might be that I say, right, okay, what you've got to do is you've got to come up with the best name for a beverage. And today, or best name for fast food. And like today, I've come up with Kessel fried Banter. Yeah, it wasn't that catchy, but you get the idea. So like with all that brain power going on, we get some clever stuff going on. And then also, if we can get that moving on, we can do a longer show and maybe even work out some sort of role-playing element to the teams and give some even bigger missions like what we see in board games and things like that. So that's what I'm hoping to do, is get that and get everybody just having a massive laugh on, and chuck some people out some airlocks as well while we're at it.
But do you have to know a lot about Star Wars to take part in this, Ian? No,
you don't. No. You've got some, there's easy questions, and I found some harder questions.
Yeah. And what about, are there any prizes?
Well, that's the thing, see, with the Patreons donating money into it, I can then put prizes out. Start putting prizes. I've still got some basic tournament prizes that I can start dishing out in the early episodes. But it's... And then maybe we can get some custom built stuff done. When we start getting better Patrons, I can get some proper trophies and that, like the blankety blank checkbook and pen sort of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, keep it corny, because corny's good, But
and where did you find the role playing?
I know I've sprung this on you today, Ham.
Yeah.
Me and C3, because C3 is going to be my co-host. He's my protocol droid, and will keep the game running in order. All right. So I see you as being on the scum team.
Oh, charming.
Well, you're a smuggler. You're a smuggler, but it's just I just want to have a whole lot of fun just messing around and see if we can get everybody else messing around with us at the same time. So, but I've limited the amount of patrons who can be on screen. There can be quite a lot on screen if people want to do it, but as well as that, there is the Discord which will back everything up as well. So, and then you've got the other people that are just watching, just messing around, just for fun. So I think the more people we can get involved messing around, I think it'll just be chaos, and it'll just become a lot of fun.
How do you sign up then?
Just organised chaos.
Yes.
But I'll need a bit of help sorting things out. That's what I can say. But there we go. So that's the end of the show today. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, Bad Batch is going to be brilliant, and we're all going to be doing a show straight after that. So going, wow, what a great series that was. So thank you everyone for watching. We've got Mandos Patreon, we've got the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, there's Twitter updates, and for now, this is the way.
Mandos, this is the way.
Right, cool.
You didn't answer my question. That was a great question. Where did you find the role-playing elephant?
A role-playing elephant?
You said though you added role-playing elephant to the proceedings.
Well, who knows? There's all sorts of weird creatures in Star Wars.
Yeah. When I was asking, how do you take part? Because that would have been a great part to stick a link on the page.
Wow. Yeah, it's all on Patreon. You can have a look at those.
Get the link on the make it clickable. Happy days.
So yeah, I've been looking at, like I say, I've got a book. You go on Wikipedia and look up game show, you just get mountains of game shows. And it's like, right, okay. I can't quite work out how to get Bullseye on there though.
Well, you